The next person that's going to be coming up to announce the senator had a notorious run this fall. He had a great campaign. Unfortunately, it wasn't successful, but I think he's coming back with a vengeance. So we thank all that he did. We thank the group of people that worked with him, worked across the state, and the effort that he put in, Jacon Levesque.
I just received a phone call from Congressman Michoud congratulating me and conceding the race. I'm sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. I'll put that one away.
Rehearsal's good.
It's up to you. Every time you get a chance, you have to take advantage of it. Before I get going and introducing our keynote speaker tonight, I just want to say thank you to everybody here. Thank you on a personal level for helping me out in my race last year. It means a lot to get the support of people in my own home county of Androscoggin. So on behalf of Tracy and I and the rest of my team, thank you very much. I will never forget your help. Now, when I was asked to introduce Senator Collins, my first reaction was, of course, I'm honored to. My second reaction was, okay, what am I going to say? And then I started thinking about everything that she did for me and other Republican candidates up and down the ticket last year. And I have to tell you, it was phenomenal. For someone that was new into politics, sitting down and meeting with a senator, listening to her advice, her wisdom on running campaigns and winning campaigns was extremely important. I know she probably doesn't know this, but I'll let her know now. I used to watch her during parades, and we did a lot of parades. And her reputation in Maine and all over the country is she's one of the hardest working senators out there, period. So I'm thinking, well, if she's shaking 2 hands, I better be shaking 3 hands. So I used her as my kind of pace throughout all these campaigns. I don't know if you remember, there was a Wilton Blueberry Festival. At the end, I'm like, so how many hands did you shake? And I wasn't joking, I was keeping count. But that was like the senator. Everywhere we went, she was always there, working tirelessly. And we can't forget that she wasn't running for office. This is what she does. Not only does she work tirelessly here in Maine, she's also one of the hardest working senators in Washington. Normally, senators have 3 committee assignments. Well, Senator Collins has 4. She was granted a special waiver by her colleagues in the U.S. Senate so she can sit on a 4th committee. So she can represent more Mainers and Americans and do the good work that we know and value her, that she's done over the past 14 years now. 14 years? It's hard to count with my shoes on. So, part of my introduction needs to be a little bit about Senator Collins. I think a lot of us don't realize that she grew up in Caribou, Maine. I had the pleasure of going to one of her family's hardware stores, S.W. Collins, which was founded in 1844. So, it's a long, long-lasting Maine business. And that small-town approach to politics, I think, is what makes her so successful. One of the reasons I'm into politics is because Senator Collins carried Lewiston. So we know if she has, her background actually works well down here in Androscoggin County. And by the way, if you don't know, it's hard for a Republican to carry Lewiston. So right now, let me tell you about some of the 4 committees that she sits on. And they're direly important to the success of this country and to the success of us here in Maine and in Androscoggin County. She sits on the Committee on Appropriations. Obviously, she makes sure the money goes to where it needs to go. She also sits on the U.S. Senate Committee on Armed Services. As a veteran, and with a state with a large veteran community and active duty military community, that's vitally essential. She's also the ranking member of the Committee on Homeland Security and Government Affairs. She not only keeps us safe abroad, she helps keep us safe locally. And the 4th committee, and something that I actually didn't know until I started looking at it, was a special committee on aging. And since Maine has the oldest population in the country, I feel that's vitally important to the people that are most vulnerable, our senior citizens. So it's my distinct honor to introduce tonight one of the hardest working senators in the United States, Senator Susan M. Collins. Thank you very much.